Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We have 3 piles to choose from. These readings are about healing. These readings are about your angels bringing you healing. And I'm just going to say a little bit about how these readings came about and let you know about a significant event that's coming up as well. Some friends of mine, very dear friends, this coming weekend, if you're watching this as I upload this, obviously if you're watching this in a year's time, welcome. Welcome all of you, actually. Welcome to today's readings. These are timeless readings, so whenever you come to this, it will be right for you. But astrologers Ariel Gutman and Alexandra Karakostas, who are both very dear friends, very, very dear to me, are holding an event this weekend. It's called Entering a Brave New World. And I just wanted to give you the heads up about it for anyone that is interested in an astrological event that is looking at the coming year. I will be there in the audience. I won't be part of the conversation, but I will be there in the audience. I'm attending. I know them both so well, and I know this is going to be an incredibly interesting event. So I wanted to give you the heads up about that, and I'll put a link in the description box for anyone that's interested. Now, the way these readings came about was I literally was sitting this morning and I was reading through your comments from my most recent readings on Sunday that I posted, where something had come up in one of the readings, particularly about recovery from trauma, actually. And I just heard so strongly that really that there was such angelic guidance coming through to do readings of healing. So, your angels are bringing you healing. I don't know how that's going to emerge in these readings. I don't know whether I'm going to put my therapeutic hat on again and find things, or whether there will be actual healing within the readings, energy clearing. I have no idea. We never know with a reading what's going to come through. These are our 3 cards that came through, and I'm now going to draw runes and charms as well for anyone that just wants a little bit extra. I just want to say as well, welcome all of you. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. If you are brand new to the channel, welcome back. If you're brand new, when I say I'm putting my therapeutic hat on, I worked as a psychotherapist. That was my mainstream career for a very, very, very long time. Now I kind of work more spiritually, but I kind of integrate these things. It's not like one is separate from the other. I mean, we are not separate beings, any of us. We are beings of light. And sometimes life happens and our energy gets heavier. There's a heavier vibration around us because of life events. So, but yeah, there's no separation really for me between working therapeutically and reading cards. It is all one and the same. It is all about energy and healing. So let's draw runes and charms. I'm going to draw your charms first. Oh, I ought to show you these cards in more detail. Let me do that first of all. I'll do this as I do this. As I do this. I will do this as I do this. Okay. We have card number 1 for pile 1, and this is Angel of Adventure. Okay, so that's for pile 1. Let me now draw a charm and a rune for you. Okay, your charm is the charm of best friends. That's what it says, best friends. And let's see what runes come through. Oh, very, very clear. 2 runes. You have Rado, the rune of journey, and you also have Manas, the rune of the self. So best friends. Here we go. Best friends, Rado and Manas. These are your runes, and this is your charm for these readings today. Okay, best friends. Now, let us look for pile 2. Oops, I'm rushing ahead, but the charms were really drawing me. Okay, I don't think this has ever come up in any of my readings, this charm. I think this is its first appearance. Now, what relevance that is, I don't know, but we have a bird of prey, an eagle. So this is the card of communication, Angel of Communication. This is card number 7, if numbers are important to you. Okay, so that's for pile 2. Your charm is the eagle, And your runes, or rune, let's see what comes through. It's just one for this pile. This is Suelo. This is the rune of wholeness. Wow. It's quite an... Yeah, well, wow. I'm not going to say any more. I'll wait till I get to the reading, but wow. Okay, right, that's pile 2. Pile 3. Excuse me. Pile 3, we have Angel of Dreams. Okay, this is card number 10. This is for pile 3. And your runes and your charm. Let's look at your charm first. Your charm is a beautiful star. How interesting. I say how interesting, just that the astrology talk that I was just speaking about, Ariel Gutman, I mean, her specialist area of expertise is the Venus star. You know, she is the world leading astrologer in the Venus star knowledge and what it means, and you know how we work with that energy. And wow, look at this. We have a Venus star, a 5-pointed star. So that's for pile 3, Angel of Dreams and a Venus star. And then we have the rune of Algis. This is the rune of protection. Okay. I'm going to put that there. I'm sort of in my wow and even more wow mode already. These readings are kind of really kind of singing at the moment. Very high vibration actually, which is wonderful given that really we are asking for your angels to be bringing you healing, to assist you in healing, bringing you what you need, showing you what you need that connects to some aspect of healing, whatever this may be for you. Beautiful souls, if you find yourself drawn to more than one of the piles, that is completely okay. It could be that one is to do with your own personal healing. One other reading could be the way in which you give healing or contribute to healing. Who knows? We never know with a reading when we begin what will unfold. But if you are drawn to more than one, and maybe there are different areas of your world as well, that maybe a communication or a message is coming through for you in different elements or areas of your world. But whenever you come to these readings, and pick a card readings, this is how they work. Whenever you come to them, the energy will be right for you. Beautiful souls, trust your intuition, trust your guidance, and I will see you in the readings in a moment. I'll leave the video running just for a few moments longer in case any of you need just a little bit of extra time. I will see you in a minute. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Your angels are going to be bringing you messages of healing, or indeed information about healing. Let's find out what this is about. What I really get right off the bat, right at the start of your reading, is that you are at a point of a new beginning. You have card number 1, the number 1. I'm also hearing, you are number 1. We have Manas, the rune of the self. Maybe for some of you, this is the first time that you can be considered to be, this is going to sound strange, but I'm just going to say this is the first time that you can realize that you are important. It's not that you are considered to be important. You are number 1. But it's almost as though, and even if you have sort of thought that it would be lovely if you were, I feel that you are about to become number 1 in either your world or someone else's world, quite possibly someone else's world, because we have the card of best friends. I see you setting forth on a whole new adventure, a whole new journey. And I think this is going to literally heal you. I'm not going to say any more until I've drawn your cards. Let's draw your cards. May we have guidance and information for my beautiful pile 1. Angel, Archangel Sandalphon, tune into your divine potential. Bring the world into harmony. Ooh, okay. I feel there's more than one coming from this pile. Let's go with this and see what we are shown. Yes, I thought so. 3 cards. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot, the Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot. If you are interested in any of the cards, my beautiful souls, I always list them in the description box, so you can always find them if there is something that's really singing to you. Oh, Deer of Delta. Wow, look at the nurturing energy here. This is so beautiful. I kind of want to sit that just here. I might want to just move my camera out. Bear with me. I'm just going to see if I can bring the camera out a tiny bit to get a little bit more room. Okay, I feel that's relevant. I think your world is about to expand. Let me make sure that camera is focusing for you. I think your world is going to expand. And this is part of your healing, your process of healing, which is wonderful. I feel like you are going to be someone else's priority. You could become your own priority, but with best friends, I mean, maybe you become your own best friend and you look after yourself, but I feel it's more than this. I feel like somebody is coming in who's really going to nurture your potential. The Deer of Delta is very much about sort of being able to overcome anything really, but through pure gentleness. Let's see what else we have here. I might actually read to you. There's just the very start of the beginning of the readings for these cards. There's almost like a little bit. It's not poetry exactly, but it's really beautiful. I might read that to you. You have 4. I thought you had 3 cards and you have 4. You see, you're just getting bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger, better and better. 2 of Hearts. Now, this is such an indication of a connection with someone. Now, whether this is the love of your life, whether this is, well, if it is the love of your life, they will be your best friend. But somebody, I do feel there's a real strong energy of someone looking out for you. We have the 3 little pigs. This is interesting. Okay, we have the 10 of crystals. This is the 10 of pentacles in a traditional pack. I wondered, see again, I feel like I need even more room. Even more room. It's like as fast as I try to make space for your expansion, you're expanding even more. Pile 1. Yes, I can just about get all these in. How incredible is that? I feel like you literally are about to set forth on a whole new adventure. This is what's happening in your life. This is what's happening for you. Deer of Delta. Let me read to you from this book and then we will draw more cards for you as well. So this is 26. Where are we? 22. 26. Here we are. Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Wow. I think for you, Pile 1, the healing that is coming to you is, well, it's multi-layered. I think primarily it connects to relationships. And I suspect you have had relationships where you were kind of led astray, actually, with the Guide of Wands. This is the Pied Piper. I think you were led astray. And when I say led astray, I just mean because you are very pure. I think you've taken people on face value. And then, they have let you down. Their vibration was not high, and this can happen. This is what the healing element of your reading, I think, is to do with relationship. Now, whether this is friendship, personal relationships, colleagues, probably relationships across the board, I just feel that you have a very pure energy. You have a very high vibrational energy, and because you have a very high vibrational energy, I think you can sometimes attract people who want that. Okay, we see the wolf trying to come down the chimney here. But with the three little pigs, they overcome. They go through several trials, but they overcome. It's like the light overcomes the darkness. And I want to voice something about this in a healing way, because I think if you have a real purity of light, sometimes, we hear a lot of stuff about the law of attraction, which is very real. It's very real energy, like attracts like and so on. But sometimes if you're very, very pure, you can almost begin to think, what am I doing? Why have I attracted this? What did I do? What's wrong with me, kind of thing. I think what also happens is that when your light is rising, you will attract some people inevitably with lower vibrational energy when your light is pure, because actually these are very fragmented souls and they are longing for light, but they may also not necessarily want to do the work to get there. They may just see you as the answer to their prayers. It doesn't mean they want to give back to you. So it's the drains and radiators scenario. You are a radiator. You radiate light. You are a blessing. You have a purity. The rune Manas here of the self, the rune of joy looks like a pea, and Manas is like the rune of joy split and opened. You contain a vast amount of potential because of the purity of the light within you, my beautiful pile one. And what can happen is, as I said, that being a radiator, you can, if you meet another radiator, that's wonderful. That's when we get the 10 of crystals. It's Christmas every day. It's wonderful. It's absolutely heavenly. But when you attract a drain, they will drain you. And I think you will get both coming into your world. I think what has happened is, because you take people on face value, I think you have actually probably met, I suspect, a significant number of people actually who have you've taken them on face value, and then you've ended up being actually quite drained or very disappointed, really hurt on occasions. But what I'm seeing here also with the Pied Piper, Archangel Sandalphon also has a pipe. Look at them both playing. The healing that is coming is a significant turnaround. It is where you are able to reach a point where you can own your light and navigate the world. I suspect you will actually lead others to the light. Another message coming through here actually with this card. With the Pied Piper, the story of this, actually, with the story, what happened was that there was a town that was overcome with rats, and people were dying of diseases, and everything was a problem. And the Pied Piper came in and magically said, "Well, look, I can take the rats away. They will follow me." And he played his magical pipe. He sung his beautiful song, and the rats followed, and he took them away from the town, the city. But instead of being rewarded, which was the deal, he'd actually made an arrangement with the townsfolk. They welched on the deal. They didn't follow through. They weren't genuine. They weren't honest. They got what they wanted, and then they were like, "Oh well, hey, we got what we wanted. Off you go on your way." So they didn't karmically follow through. They didn't honour the agreement. And then what happened was that the Pied Piper played his pipe, and the children of the town followed him and left the town. Now, they end up with a happy ending, as I remember it, because actually a band of gypsies later come to the town, and whereas they might once have been rejected, they are welcomed. And it's the children have grown up and come back. And they come back with fresh energy and with freedom and vitality. I feel that there is a really big transformation for you. I think it is coming in some kind of connection or relationship. We have the Two of Hearts. Somebody who will be your best friend. This could also be a lover, a partner. It could be a business partner who becomes your best friend, a colleague. But I feel that it's like because somebody has your back, someone sees you, and this is another radiator. It's kind of, this is the moment in time when karmically something comes back to you, despite the challenges you have faced, despite the drains that you have met. And the healing that is coming is through a connection with someone. That is what I see here. Someone who will nurture you, love you, appreciate you, adore you for who you are, honor you, support you on, let's say, on your mission. But this is on your mission to be you. Whatever your calling is, they're going to support you 100%. And it's a whole new adventure. Let's draw more cards and see what else we are shown. Okay, we have jump in. Look at this. I love it. Adventure. Look at this. You could not write it, could you? I love it. Love it. Thank you so much, angels. Thank you so, so much. Gosh, there is such an angelic presence. I don't know how you are experiencing this reading, pile one, but I am experiencing so much light, around me, and yeah, just such angelic presences, and others on the other side as well coming through. The temperature's just suddenly dropped, which is always a real indication of ancestors, those who've passed over, walking with you. Now, this is Andromedan energy. Adventure, say yes to change. And then lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Love it. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. I think on this new journey, I kind of almost want to say you won't suffer fools gladly. I don't mean that negatively, but I mean really, really, truly, I think you've reached a point where you can no longer tolerate the low vibrational energy of drains. You require radiators. For you to live to your fullest potential, for you to rise, you require radiators because you are a radiator. And it's kind of as though I think alongside the meeting of someone or the meeting of the right people, the lifting of the veil is really interesting because I feel that you are to also be blessed with heightened intuition. I'm sure you already have heightened intuition actually, but heightened intuition so that you will really, really clearly define who is who. And even if somebody is all smiles and has the appearance of deliciousness, you will absolutely know that if they are that they are or they're not. I think it's going to be really quite clear cut for you, and you will simply know how to respond. And it's instead of being disappointed, you won't even go there. Instead of being disappointed, it'll be like, well, you're on your journey, I'm on mine. I know that you don't resonate with me. You might think it, you won't necessarily even need to say it. You will only jump in to the connections that resonate with you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're not going to be hung up about these anymore. This is what I'm seeing. There's a freedom, and somebody is coming in to really, really support you. I'm going to bring in the tarot of I think it's the tarot of oppositions. It's either opposites or I think it's oppositions actually. Let's draw these first and see what we are shown for you. I'm seeing these three. I'm also seeing that one, interestingly enough. And this one on the base. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. We have the King of Swords. Goodness me, talk about discernment. We have the Magician. We have the Hierophant. And we have the card of strength. Again, I'm going to need to move your cards along a little bit, make some room for these to come in. I think we can do that if we move everything along a little. Might have to have a little bit of an overlap slightly for everything to come in. Yeah, that's going to work just about. Don't want to lose sight of the Deer of Delta because it's such a beautiful energy, such a beautiful energy. There we are. Yes, I feel like I'm constantly making room for your expansion here. Look at this universe expanding, exploding. Okay. Now, in this Ten of Swords, we see someone very much veiled here. Very interesting because this is lifting the veil. The King of Swords we have in the, I guess, what is the higher vibrational position, the upright position. You are now going to see clearly. People cannot pull the wool over your eyes anymore. You can't be manipulated anymore. We have the card of the Magician showing the trickster side of this energy. The Magician is a card of alchemy. It's a card of magic. But it can be a card of trickster energy. You're now guided. We have the Hierophant in the upright position. We have the card of strength. Look at the way she opens the lion's mouth here. You know, this is not a challenge for her. You know, she can literally, you know, you have the strength, you have the awareness to navigate anything. The Hierophant is an interesting card to show up here for you, pile one, because it can sometimes indicate marriage. It can indicate a relationship of higher purpose, of spiritual connection. Coming back to this again, this connection of Two of Hearts. The healing that is coming for you it's twofold. Your sight is to be opened. It's already opening. You must already know this. And if you feel that it's not, don't worry, it is coming. You are going to be able to see so clearly who is who. That you're not going to be troubled by the tricksters anymore. You can just make really clear-cut decisions. They won't faze you anymore. It won't eat away at you anymore. What I also do see, though, is a relationship of significant support coming to you. And this is also the card of judgment, the three little pigs in a traditional pack. And, you know, this is the point when the tables are turning for you, where you get to meet somebody, another radiator. And, you know, this is Christmas every day. I'm going to use another tarot pack and I'm going to find out how this emerges. How does this person show up? Let's follow through and see if we can get more information for you. Okay, how does this emerge, please, my beautiful angels? May we ask, how does this incredible healing relationship, the other radiator, or other radiators, but how does this happen? So we have the Six of Wheels. Okay, I'm seeing you standing right in front of a doorway here. It isn't yet open, so I don't think this is someone you know yet. Okay. But we'll see what comes through. If it is someone you know, you haven't yet seen the potential in them. But I think this is most likely someone you haven't met yet at the time of this reading. Now, the Three of Wheels is very interesting. This is Jack and the Beanstalk. Or I always think of this as Jack and the Beanstalk. For me, it's like he's got this incredible, it looks like something that's going to build. Now, some of you may meet this person while you are on a journey. You could literally be, you know, when you're on a train and you end up sitting next to someone and you end up talking, or you could be on a retreat at an event or going on an adventure. You could be walking in woodland and you meet this person. It's guided. But yeah, with the Three of Wheels, you could also meet them at work. I don't think you've met them yet. And yeah, it could be connected to work. We have, you know, the Pentacles, Six of Wheels, Three of Wheels coming through. That could be a working environment. But it could literally be like on a spiritual retreat literally while you are on your way to somewhere, on a walk. What else are we shown? We have the Eight of Wands. We have then the Three of Cups. Oh my goodness me. This is such a card of friendship. This is someone where when you meet them, whether this is a friendship or it is, you know, a partner, whoever this person is for you, it's going to move forwards quite quickly. Actually, with the Eight of Wands, this is a fast energy. This will be one of those moments when it reaches a point where you kind of, you just know there's a strength of connection and it happens quickly. The Three of Cups is such a stage of development in something, in relationship, in friendship, in connection. So if this is a friendship, you will just know that you have become firm friends really, really quickly. It will be like you've known each other forever. And if this is somebody, if this is a partner or even a work colleague, it will, you will be at that point. I'm going to call it where, you know, when you have that kind of Bluetooth connection with someone, where you just, you get each other. You know, when one person speaks, the other one already sort of almost knew what they were going to say. It's got that feeling about it. Okay, Three of Wands. You've got so many threes here. This is fantastic. It's. I think this is going to happen. Right, I say fairly quickly. I think you are literally hovering on the verge because the doors are here. They just need to open. I don't think you know this person yet. You could meet them. Some of you could meet them through a friendship group. Others you could meet through work. But when you meet, it will be the chemistry, the connection, the passion, the excitement. We have Eight of Wands. It's a passionate, excited card. You know, you will know you want to keep this connection. You'll know you want to move it forwards. And I think you will reach a point when there's a real strength there really, really quickly. What else do we have here? Yeah, Knight of Wands. Again, this is a fast, talk about fast, empowered, passionate energy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful energy. We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think this is going to dispel this, what I would call the history of people who attack you, really, you know, people who send in negative energy. I wonder if this person will defend you. Actually, you know, when somebody really has your back, I wonder if this person will break a cycle of attack, actually, is what I want to say. Back to that wolf climbing down the chimney. Let's ask a little bit more about this Nine of Swords energy. May we find out more about it? We have the Five of Cups. Okay. We have the Magician. Beautiful upright position. What a strong Magician card this one is. Look at that, would you? Sitting on the Magician. That's literally where it's come into the reading. And the Seven of Wheels. Okay. If any of you are in a position where you currently feel as though you are having to defend yourselves, okay, I think this person could be someone who really gets up and stands up for you. That might be, for some of you, how you meet them. Someone who literally says, that's not okay, and they are prepared to fight your corner. This is someone who believes in you. So if you are going through anything where you are feeling persecuted, challenged, this could be the moment when this person comes in. There's a real sense of, again, of justice, of fairness, of honour about them. But yeah, I don't think they are, I think the doorway is literally, you are on the verge of opening this door to this person. So because it is a general reading, various scenarios are coming through, and that's appropriate in a general reading because you're not all going to meet somebody in exactly the same way. But the way what I'm being shown here is, and I'll just go through those different scenarios. For some, you might meet someone at work. For some, you might meet through friendship. For others, if you are being targeted or attacked or you're going through a difficult period, someone's literally going to come in and step in. If you're facing a challenge of some sort, they will come in and they will help you because they see the potential in you. For some, you're on an adventure, you're on a retreat. You could be, if you're facing a challenge, you could be going out and doing a walking meditation. Just thinking, I'll just go out, I'll get myself grounded, and then off you are out in beautiful woodland, getting grounded, and then you bump into somebody and end up having a conversation, and it is like you've known them forever. But this is the healing that's coming to you, I think, twofold. Yes, it's through relationship, but also part of this is that there is a karmic return for you. It's time basically that you were nurtured and you were looked after and someone has your back. I suspect you have also potentially pioneered and supported other people at times of challenge, especially emotional challenge, 5 of Cups. Some of you may have really been the defender of the defender of the underdog, the defender of injustice. And I see you rise. That's another message coming here as well for you, my pile one. Wow, just messages flooding through from your angels. For some of you, part of your calling is to actually defend the underdog. If people have been like our Pied Piper, somebody welched on the deal, somebody didn't live up to what they should have done, you'll be there to support the person who actually got let down. Some of you may even enter some form of counselling profession. You may even be counsellors and therapists yourselves. But it is almost as if this person will help you to transform and own your gifts. But no longer will the wool be pulled over your eyes. So this is such an extraordinary reading in a personal growth way. You are no longer vulnerable in that way. But on top of that, you then have someone who seriously has your back, and you can use your life experiences in ways that lead others. We have the Piper showing up here again in this card. Archangel Sandalphon, tune into your divine potential, bring the world into harmony, so you can share your experiences in a way that benefits others to overcome their kind of mental anguish and their emotional disappointment. Wow. This is a whole new world opening up for you, my beautiful souls, and it is a great honour to be reading for you, Pile 1. I think your world is going to go from strength to strength, and it is going to expand exponentially, but with support around you from someone who sees you, believes in you, has your back, will defend you, and enable you to step into your fullest potential. Absolutely, I'm seeing you so full of promise. It's almost like you can finally own the true promise that is you. Guided, protected, loved, treasured, appreciated, but with also a layer of profound personal awareness. This is magic. Pile 1, I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons and tons of love. I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. I'll be uploading all zodiac sign readings. I'm actually going to open a new channel for my all zodiac sign readings. So this, the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot here will be just for my pick a card readings. I'll update you on when that happens. And beautiful souls, just watch out. I'll keep you posted. Tons of love. Look forward to seeing you soon. Welcome back if you are returning. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Welcome if you're new. Tons of love to you, beautiful souls, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the Angel of Communication as your first card. And I'm very, very intrigued by the eagle that has never shown up, I don't think, in any of my readings before, out of my bag of charms. And there are many charms. It's fascinating how some charms show up regularly. But I think you have 2 cards from this pack. Let's see what we have. Also, Sewello. This is it indicates that there is a pathway to follow. Eagles are associated with energy from the east. Look at this, Angel of Communication. Choose harmonious responses. Act with wisdom and grace. How interesting, Archangel Samuel. Archangel Perlimiac. Let nature soothe you. Serve the nature kingdom. Okay, and then we have the eagle. What a representation of the natural world. The path you must follow. Gosh, choose harmonious responses. Let's get more cards for you. Let's find out. What is this healing about? I am wondering. 10 of Swords. Look at the green grass here. And even this sword looks like a feather, but it's on fire. And Archangel Samael has almost like fiery wings. I think, and look at the colour, that it almost looks like a fiery path. The Guide of Swords. I actually think this is about your calling. This might be about something that you bring healing to. I'm seeing both these cards. Yeah, this is really, really interesting. Let's go with it. Let's see where we go with this. I then have Beauty and the Beast, or you have Beauty and the Beast, and you have 2 of Hearts. Okay, right. I'm going to put those there and make space for your tarot cards. And what else have we got? Let's draw another oracle card first. Ishtar, Lionsgate, 888. Wow. Okay, this is a phenomenal portal. This is a portal of energy. I think this is absolutely to do with your calling in some way. Now, what I will say as well, if there is any kind of communication going on around you at the moment that is in discord, where there's been a falling out, and there may well have been a misperception, then this reading is also indicating that healing can come in that relationship through communication, through harmonious responses, soothing responses, healing responses. There is a portal of energy around you right now where something in the immediacy of your world can be healed. Some kind of a connection with someone where somebody has been seen as a bit of an ogre or a bit of a beast. I'll follow through with this. There's more than one message coming through here. There's also something to do with your connection to your calling here. I feel that with Sewello, the path you must follow. And we see a pathway here to this beautiful castle. I feel you are being guided as well in some kind of a contribution. But there is an immediate message to do with healing. There is a portal around you, a gateway of energy where something can be healed with someone. Maybe they have seen you in a particular light that was not realistic, or you have seen them in a light. Or maybe there is the potential for change. Something can be nurtured here. So healing is required through gentle, nurtured communication. Let's get more information for you. I think we'll ask I feel like I'm almost going to go off and do 2 separate readings for you. One about the healing element that's immediate, and then another about your future calling and where you're going. We have a castle here. If there's something going on at home, does feel like this could be a home situation, a family situation. Something needs to be seen through a different lens here. But harmony can be brought to something. Inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Now this takes me back to this feeling that there is some kind of a calling for you, connected to the earth, connected to the land. Back to earth and land. If any of you are coming through any kind of separation where property is involved, healing can be, there can be a solution that works for everyone. That is coming through. We then have I Remember, Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Okay. Right. Details coming through. I think that there is. Whereas I thought I was seeing almost two separate readings, actually one is leading to the other. They are absolutely interconnected, as of course everything is. The eagle holds the higher view. The eagle sits in the east, representing new beginnings, higher vision. There is a bigger picture here. Right, I think some of you may be there has been discord around you with someone. And curiously enough, there is a higher purpose to it. Now, it may be that you part company, or you may get back together. But whatever the nature of this discord, there is actually a higher purpose to it. It's triggered something. It's created a portal of opportunity. Now, it may not have been easy for you, but there was an absolute higher purpose. Okay, let's find out about this. May we catch a glimpse into... I'm going to just ask about the higher purpose first. Or should we ask about the actual situation? Let's ask about the higher purpose first. May we inquire, what was the higher purpose to this? Can pile 2 be given information about the higher purpose? So we have the 10 of Swords. This came out in pile 1. If any of you were guided to pile 1, there may be a connection there for you. So was the 2 of Hearts as well. May we have guidance around the higher purpose, or have something of the higher purpose revealed. Ace of Swords. I actually do feel it's the card on the base here. Felt like it's really clinging to my fingers. And here we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, I Remember, Soul Plan. I think the higher purpose here is to create a new beginning for you. It's actually was, the higher purpose was to open a portal of opportunity for you. Something has had to end in order for a new chapter of a journey to set forth. Now, if any of you have been in a connection with someone where you felt that they were not entirely upfront with you, or they weren't entirely honest, or they tried to sort of BS their way through something, or bluff their way through something, if you yourself have not been honest with yourself, perhaps you looked at somebody through rose-coloured glasses. Or, you know, it could be either way. You might have seen somebody as being a bit of an ogre, or you might have looked at them through rose-coloured glasses and then been disappointed. Perhaps somebody, I think for some of you, maybe offered you something, or you felt that they represented something, and I don't think that they delivered. That I do think is being shown here. What I think is interesting is you saw it for what it was, or you have seen it for what it is. That's what I see here. And it really kind of cut you to the core, actually. Perhaps it was somebody you looked up to, somebody you thought highly of, somebody you believed in. But I really do think it challenged you. Now you will survive this because new solutions and beginnings are coming. So the higher purpose here was to create some kind of discernment or some kind of a decision in you, possibly also in them, because we do see a degree of harmony coming back in, a more realistic perspective, maybe even a more equal perspective here. Perhaps this taught you once and for all to not idealize people, or indeed perhaps it removed something of a perspective, it challenged something of the lens through which you look. But I do feel that there was someone who you thought would either give you something or represented something or could it brought to an end a perspective on someone. And this is the discord. It really did. I think it cut you to the core, or cut you to the quick is the saying, isn't it, I think. Now, the healing here, the healing energy, is interestingly enough to do with being genuinely harmonious. Having harmonious, there is choose harmonious responses. Choose to have real conversations. Even here with the Guide of Swords, we have this lovely little deer coming out from behind the tree. Deer bring an energy of gentleness. This is sort of learning. There's like a life lesson here of learning to be both really, really decisive and yet sort of gentle at the same time. Now, I feel that there is a calling for you as well in this. Let's draw cards around the calling, where this goes. I'm going to get a bit more information in all sorts of whatever direction I'm taking in. We're just going to follow this through pile 2 for you. Whatever direction we are led to with Suelo. So let's ask about, where does this leave you? What's the higher calling for you? Where is this taking you? I'm seeing this, and this, and this. I think this one, and also that one there. Okay. Right. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay. So this feels like something broke down. Okay, so the higher calling for you. We then have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there's serious learning from this. I think the real amazingness of this, then we have the 5 of Wands. How interesting. We then have the King of Pentacles. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. Right. The higher learning here, this is very interesting, and I'm going to stick my therapeutic hat on here, I think. For you, part of the higher learning is to recognise that it is possible for a relationship to recover. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean you stay with somebody who's disappointed you. Doesn't mean you remain in a relationship in any way that is unhealthy. But I think you have had really significant experiences throughout your life whereby you have been let down. I think you've been broken by people. Literally, I think you have felt broken by people. I'm so sorry that that's been the case, but that is what I see here. I think you've literally been broken by people. I think you have been, on occasion, kind of trashed by people. Is a really powerful energy here, and I'm so sorry that this has happened. Now, this has been almost like a pattern in your life, and it's been quite hard for you to pick up. Now, if I put my therapeutic hat on, I think what happens when we, if you're brand new to my channel, that was my mainstream career for a long, long time. I now kind of integrate therapeutic stuff into my readings, when it's appropriate, of course. If you grow up in a world where you are continually let down, you will develop a perspective that makes it one of the defenses that when we are hurt, we basically learn what I would call in sort of normal everyday language. Basically, we develop strategies to survive, management strategies. That's the best way I can describe them. And okay, they are sort of defensive modes, but let's call them management strategies to handle life. One of the strategies that happens if you are really, really challenged is that you can develop a strategy where, because you have actually had to face significant despair, you will also develop a strategy where you hold hope. Hope and despair are like opposites, but sometimes that's not a realistic hope. It can be an idealized hope. So, for example, it's present in the fairy tales where, for example, somebody is, I don't know, put into an orphanage, or something like that, and they're really badly treated. But, they sort of believe that one day someone will come and rescue them, or a child that is being really badly treated by their grown-ups, and they sort of imagine that they must have been adopted, and even though they maybe weren't, but they dream that their real parents will come and find them. And what we're doing is we are establishing actually, in order to manage a situation that is really despairing and of a very low vibration, we then develop strategies within our mind, daydreams, fantasies, of something that contains hope. And this actually lifts us. It lifts our vibration and it holds the light. So it serves a purpose. There's nothing wrong with it. The challenge is that as we navigate life, very often the very things that we build to protect ourselves become the very things that then stop us from growing and having a full life. For example, if we have developed an ability to be very self-reliant, that's amazing. It's a fantastic life skill. But it can become the very thing that stops you from being able to have a real relationship that would support you, because you always push people away. You're so self-contained, you don't need anybody. And then people who would want to come in and nurture you feel that you don't need them or you don't want them. There is an energetic exchange going on here. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. I think you have a strategy, a management system whereby you have experienced really quite significant challenge and trauma. And although you have held possibly hopeful expectations, dreams, they carry a bit of a blind spot because they might be too idealized. A bit like, my knight will come in and rescue me. And then when somebody comes in and they are, they're just a normal, imperfect human, or indeed you are vulnerable because you believe that somebody will be really, really good and they're not, so you were vulnerable to them. You let them in, wholeheartedly because you wanted them to be that amazing person who would look after you, come in and be there for you. So you kind of look at them through rose-tinted glasses, and then you get majorly disappointed when you find out who they really are, which is not that at all. And the whole range of relationships are in there. Sometimes literally you are wide open to people who are really, really not nice. But you don't see it because you're holding that hopeful vision, and this will be the person. Maybe this will be the person. I want this person to be the person. So you look for the good in them and you build that picture, but it's not a real picture. And you get let down again. This is where the management system then becomes a blind spot. So the management system that you develop to protect yourself, to help you to survive, you will survive this. It becomes the very thing that holds you back. And then Likewise, if you are, you know, have very, very high expectations of people, it's not that you shouldn't have high expectations, but you may not then know how to also navigate what I would call everyday disappointments. Someone lets you down and it's devastating because it just takes you right back into that constant letdown that you experienced, the constant disappointment, the constant heartbreak. And when something takes you into that, it's very hard to then kind of recover a relationship. So there's a really important area of healing, which is learning to communicate in such a way that you can sift through people. And if somebody has unintentionally hurt you, develop the skills to communicate effectively, gently with them, so that if they are really, really singing from a good place, they can then actually learn to support you in the way that you need it. Likewise, if somebody really is full of BS and they're not going to support you, you see through it, and you just don't go there anymore. It's really obvious to you. And so there is some really big element of a lesson here. What I see in this reading, particularly pile 2, is your ability to hold the higher vision and your ability to be able to start to develop these very profound, gentle conversations that enable you to navigate through these kinds of issues from a place of absolute empowerment, with tons of promise, learning your karmic lessons in every way. So therefore you take charge. You shift from living through karma to living through dharma. And being able to develop really, really harmonious relationships that are very real. And you can choose to walk away from something if you wish, or you can choose to remain in something if you wish, with someone warts and all, where you see them for who they are, but you know what? You happen to know that they come from a really good heart. And therefore, that's totally cool. You love them as they are. Or alternatively, you just walk away because you know that this is not right for you. And this is the higher picture. There's something going on around you, or has been something going on around you, or there will be an opportunity going on around you, that within a connection with someone, your buttons may well be pressed. But what we're being shown here is the opportunity for you to rise above and beyond this management system and to change it so that you are very much in charge of very real relationships. It doesn't take away what's happened to you. It doesn't change the fact that there are people out there in the world who are not upfront and not honest and will let you down with genuine ill intent. It also opens you to the possibility that there will be people who sometimes let you down, but with there was no ill intent involved. And there's a differentiation of these things going on here. And this is what I'm seeing. And in a way, I think for some of you as well, with I Remember, the soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. This is the point where you shift from the karmic pathway to the dharma, where you start to create the pathway ahead yourself, because you are empowered to activate your capacity to hold this level of conversation. And also, I think part of your soul plan is that you see now, as we enter this time of profound change, as I spoke about that right at the start, about my friends Ariel Gutman and Alexandra Karakostas and their the talk. They have entitled it "Entering a Brave New World." We are literally doing this. We are entering a brave new world. We no longer have to live through the karma of previous lifetimes, interestingly enough, of generational trauma. This is the time when we can shift this stuff. This is the portal of time. So, we are entering a brave new world. And I think your soul plan is also to come through from previous lives where you have also experienced this level of despair. Actually, some of you may be aware of your past lives, others may not. If you go onto the main Moon Magic Weekly YouTube channel, onto the main channel here, you will find there are some past life readings. If you go and check out the playlist, you'll be able to find some past life readings if you'd like additional help with those. But I think in the past lives, there was no possibility of you being able to find any form of empowerment or personal choice. And even as a small person, you couldn't possibly. Now you can. And this is what your reading is about. This is where the healing sits. Now, let us draw more cards and follow through and see how this might unfold. There was it feels like there is a specific scenario which has been activated very specifically to help you with this element of soul evolution. Let's ask for more information right now, please. This card coming through. May we have further guidance? Oh, I feel like I'm dropping all my cards. That's really interesting. I don't normally do that. Right, okay, what's going on? What is going on here? May we get guidance and information? How does this pan out? Any further information for my beautiful pile twos, please? Okay, let's check in. We have the Hanged Man. What an interesting Hanged Man, because he doesn't look stuck anymore. There's some Hanged Men cards are very stationary, they're very still. This is flowing. This is like freedom from something that has tied you in knots up until now. I love it. Seven of Wheels. This is sowing the seeds of massive potential for you. We have Five of Cups. Okay, very interesting. We have Four of Wands. Okay, and we have the World. We then have the King of Wands. How interesting. We have the Ten of Wheels, which is the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Wands. What a triumphant Seven of Wands, or a pleased. Look at his face. Can you see that? He's looking really pleased with himself. I'm thrilled on this one. Okay, so let me just make sure the camera is focusing for you. I hope it is. So let's just check in on that. I think that the current situation, that whatever has triggered this, you're to be liberated from it. The healing of this is literally of this pattern, the management system that has become something that's actually ultimately it ended up isolating you. What I'm seeing here is, and whether you walk away from something or for many of you, I think there is healing within a connection. It broke down, it was a challenge, but I think you can move beyond it. Even if you part company, you'll part company as friends. You can see the bigger picture. This is going to, whatever discord created this, it's coming to a completion. And I love that we have these three people here in the World card, because in a way it reminds me of, interestingly enough, the Three of Cups, where we have three people celebrating. These are people holding hands. This is a ring, a circle. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, this is a commitment. Look at this with the olive branch almost. With the Four of Wands, he holds an olive branch. I think that despite the disappointment, I think a harmonious outcome is absolutely acknowledged here. For many of you, you will come through this. If this is discord in a relationship, you will come through this with a very, very, very strong relationship. However, the great thing about this is you will come through with a very strong relationship where you are you. You haven't had to relinquish who you are, or pretend to be something you're not, you haven't had to back down. This is an outcome where You are revered, appreciated, valued, truly valued with the Ten of Pentacles here. So much valued. And we have a dog here. This is indicating loyalty. I think for many of you, you will come through a situation with someone where you actually find you have a very, very, very loyal and really, really strong connection with someone. However we look at it, you come through this being you. Being whole, the rune of wholeness, of course, Suelo. Able to communicate so that in future people, you know, in a way you just see people for who they are. But the key to this reading, the real healing is healing in a way that changes the management system that has previously caused you to have a blind spot, and also to potentially either have a blind spot and welcome in people who you've then had difficulty severing ties with, or indeed to welcome in people and keep people who get it wrong but mean no harm, and develop really strong relationships that are, I'll use that lovely therapeutic term, that are good enough, that are flourishing on the basis of realism, and it's genuine and it's solid. But you find agency through this situation. You grow from this situation, and every relationship you ever had is going to change. You may actually get an olive branch, or you may actually offer an olive branch. You know, depends on the circumstances. But this current situation, it is ultimately a relationship that came with karmic purpose to heal something. And it's interesting because it is healing previous lives as well. And you are going to come out of this feeling so much more whole, so much more respected, so much more cherished. It is interesting. I did say some of these cards came out in pile one. If you were drawn there, you know, then that's, you know, check it out. There may well be a reading there for you too, a message. But you know what's interesting is this sort of, in the first two readings, I have no idea about pile three yet, but they have had a focus on relationship. And of course it is within our relationships that we often get hurt the most. It's also within our relationships where we can find healing, because it's, you know, it's through relationship that we can heal. This is your reading. I will also just add another message coming through. Gosh, messages are flowing through for you today. Beautiful souls from your angels. If any of you experience something in the realness of your world whereby you almost lost your connection with spirit, you questioned your faith, again, felt perhaps you held spirit in a wonderful way, but then felt very let down by circumstances. How could source, spirit, God allow that to happen? There is also a healing within your spiritual pathway that I'm also seeing here. And yes, that connection to the divine, something of your calling. I think your calling right now, if we think of a calling as being multi-layered, a calling isn't always a career pathway, although it can be. A calling can also be what we are called to do right now. It's like a piece of our soul's evolution. I always feel we have more than one calling, and it's layered. You know, there'll be really deep-seated layers of evolutionary soul growth that we are being called to process. And then there'll be things that we're called to do in the context of our everyday lives, our working world, that kind of thing. So calling is multi-layered. Wow. I think this is your reading now. I think I will wrap this up. I don't think there is anything else to say beyond thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm actually setting up a second channel for my monthly zodiac readings. When that happens, I'll let you know. I'll post and let you know about it. And then this channel can be focused on the pick a card readings, and also the daily shorts that I do, the Archangel Michael readings. I mean, I post readings literally daily here, whether it's a larger pick a card or a Archangel Michael or an angel short or whatever it may be, whatever I'm called to do. So do check out the channel. If you want to make sure you never miss a reading, subscribe and press the little bell icon. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon, and I'll let you know as soon as that other channel goes live. Tons of love, beautiful souls. I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. When we were drawing the star, the rune, the charms right at the start, what I actually heard very loud and clear, I didn't say it because I wanted to wait until we were in the reading. What I heard is your dreams are being protected. Absolutely loud and clear. You may be waiting for something to emerge, but your dreams are being protected. Now, how that connects to your angels bringing you healing, or what this is about, what this healing is about for you, I do not know, but let's find out. I am seeing this card here and also this one, interestingly enough. Let us go with these and let's look at these first. Look at the colours, so united. Right, Archangel Gersisa, create a solid spiritual foundation, be in service to the planet. Archangel Raguel, be fair in all situations, resolve your conflicts. I'm seeing you needing to bring something back into balance. Now, this could be your own energy, and there may be some healing energy coming to you to help you to bring something back into balance. Also, even in this card, Angel of Dreams, look at her on this sort of almost like an airbed on water amidst, what looks like a very natural setting. I wonder if you do have a dream that connects to some element of nature. This will be for some and not all, but we have, what looks like a henge here, a stone circle. Does look very much like Stonehenge actually here in Wiltshire, which is not so far away from where I live. Create a solid spiritual foundation. I am seeing healing being gifted to you while you sleep. It may well be that messages come through to you at the moment through your dreams. The healing that's coming in is to assist you in coming back into balance in some way. Let's ask for more information and see what you're reading. Just basically let's see what unfolds for you. Your angels are bringing you healing. We have the Ace of Hearts. Oh, you've got 4. Okay, fabulous. You have the Ace of Hearts and you have Wish Upon a Star. And would you believe it, look, you have the charm of the Venus star, which of course is all also about love. You then have the 4 of Wands. Oh, excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, but my belly just rumbled. I'm so sorry if that was really noisy. I better go and have some breakfast shortly. Okay, I just got up and I was in the zone, and when I'm in the zone, I'm going to read for you. That's it. And it was so clear to do these readings about healing. Okay, wow, look at the big bad wolf here. This is really interesting. This is the card of the devil in a traditional pack. Right, you are being healed from something and your dreams are being guarded and protected. Okay, therapy hat going on for a moment. I'm seeing this big bad wolf hiding behind the tree. And then there's this pathway, as if this pathway to your dreams. Are you, some of you, I hear, am I asking, I think some of you may be suffering from anxiety or high alert, almost like seeing the shadows, waiting for something to leap out and bite you, waiting for something to go wrong rather than waiting for something to go right. Something has tipped the balance in your world. And I think simultaneously you may also be worrying that because you're anxious, somehow this would affect your ability to manifest your dreams. I spoke with somebody not very long ago and she said, I'm so worried, I'm really, really anxious, and but I've read all about the law of attraction, and does this mean that I'm just going to attract more bad things? And she was really, her fears were gathering momentum. The volume was going up and up and up and up. But I feel that you, for some reason, you are on high alert. see what else the reading shows before I dive into too much more. May we please ask for more guidance, more information about this, please, for my pile 3. We have Basset of 174 Hertz. Okay, I have a feeling I'm going to actually check in on this book, and I'm going to read to you that there's a beautiful little bit at the start of each of these cards. I'm just actually going to read it straight to you. I'll say I'm pretty certain I know what this message is picking up on, but let's just read you this beautiful beginning here. 13, Basset of 174 Hertz. Right, you've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realising how wound up you've become. Absolutely high alert. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower, healing rhythm. Slow down, rest. And you will restore your body, mind and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall seem very, very manageable and even a pleasure to accomplish. Such a relevant energy to this high alert, full on, out of balance. Now, something either came in to tip your world out of balance, or it has slowly tipped out of balance. Like one thing has led to another, which has led to another. Some of you, I think, have genuinely experienced some things that have pushed you into high anxiety. Others, you have been so busy, so flat out. So firefighting is coming through. Firefighting the world to the point where you've got stuck on the wrong vibrational speed. I could say that better. Let me try and reframe that to say that in a better language. It's like when our volume control is turned up and up and up, it's like we get faster and faster and faster. We are constantly defending, firefighting, and then we start to firefight everything, even stuff that doesn't need to be fought. It's something that happens when circumstances are such that you do have to sort of firefight. It's like we get stuck in that mode. And vibrationally, it's almost as though we are then tuned into that frequency. It's like a bit like an old-fashioned radio, or even the old televisions. I can remember as a child, if you got a television, you'd have some bloke would come out and tune it in for you, because you couldn't necessarily get the right picture. It had to be tuned in really carefully to that particular frequency to pick up that particular channel. And it's kind of like you've tuned into a channel that is quite intense, and this reading is about the healing needed to turn that volume back down, to retune you into a different vibration. You are being invited to rest, to take time. Do not worry about your dreams. They are absolutely in the process of manifesting. They are being nurtured. You will reach a point where they are going to happen. 4 of Wands is a beautiful card of commitment, of stuff happening, of celebration. So, your dreams are going to come to fruition. You don't need to worry about this. Actually, you haven't got to push to make this happen. This is about relaxing and allowing the universe almost to deliver for you, I feel. But yeah, let's get more advice and guidance about kind of turning the volume down. I'm actually seeing 3 cards from this pack. I think you are the first pile to have 3 cards. We have the Great Severing. Wow. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, the Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Gosh, it feels so much calmer, and I love this. A new earth, it's all happening, keep holding the vision. Yeah, I think you have been through some challenges, actually, either some obstacles, some challenges, something, buttons pressed. Stuff that probably, I would venture to say, legitimately left you feeling angry. I mean, actually, if people jump out from behind trees, with negative intent, metaphorically, well, why wouldn't you feel angry? I feel you've had to defend yourself in some way. And it's also within your defensive, needing to defend, needing to be on high alert. It's also, interestingly enough, stopped you from being seen. It's slowed something down. It's time to just honour your own nature. Create a solid spiritual foundation and be in service to the planet. When your vibration is high, you are in service to the planet. You are in service to everyone. I want to say something about your unique nature. I think we're all on our own age and stage of evolution and soul development. That's a given. I think for you, you are genuinely on a pathway of something that is really you are here to be of service, and I think you know it. There's something in your world of being of service. That's not easy. That's not easy at all, because it means you will sometimes step up and you will face challenges. It's been part of your calling to bring you to this point now. You've come through big challenges, negotiating some big stuff. But what I'm seeing is a lot of magnificence coming your way. Okay? The healing that's needed right now is to assure you that your dreams are protected and they are being nurtured and brought to fruition, but also to turn down the volume, not to be looking for or expecting. It's like expect a miracle rather than expect a disaster. The great severing. Conflict, softening to love. Let's get further information about what's happened here to put you in this position. Okay, we've got the Ace of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. This is about bringing things back into balance. However, you know, the moment I saw this, I thought of the Fool card, the true archetype of the Fool here. And also of the Magician, the trickster energy sometimes that comes through with the Magician. I think you have experienced some challenges from some kind of trickster energy, actually. And I think it has been quite tough. However, you're kind of being asked at this point to sort of laugh at it. Now, I know that's not always easy, but this is about changing your vibration and bringing you back into balance. If you've been working at something and every time you started working at it, it went wrong, or there was another problem or another hiccup, the energy here is about slowing you down so that your dreams can then emerge probably faster and quicker than if you try to make them. There's been some trickster energy around you, and it's time to laugh at it and to bring things back into balance, to stop striving to make something happen, to stop feeling that frustration at the world. Sometimes I feel like sometimes you are frustrated with the world, and I get it. Let's face it, the world is so loaded with challenge and conflict, and yet we are beginning to also see some roots to harmony, and it's the change starts with us. If we can tune into a higher frequency, if we can tune into love, the Venus star is about love. If we can tune into that very essence of love, rather than expecting something to go wrong, we expect a miracle, then we begin to turn the energy around from the inside out. Let's get further information and guidance for you. May we have further information and guidance about, let's ask about healing. Your angels are bringing you healing. There's a lot of information here, but could we ask about healing? What is the pathway to healing? What is shown for my pile 3? What is the pathway to healing right now? What should my pile 3s do? Say, do, seek. I'm going to take all those. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. Oh, do you know, I almost want to breathe. Isn't that interesting? Had quite a strong bodily reaction to this card coming through. A return to love. We have the Eight of Wands. It's in reverse. This is such a fast card. Slow down. Slow down. A return to love. Slow down. Four of Pentacles. How beautiful. Look at this. He's slowing down. He's looking at what he's got. He's so appreciative of all that he has around him. He's stopping to smell, well, I say to smell the roses, he's stopping to feed the birds. You then have the King of Swords. And even our King of Swords here, look how contemplative he is. Contemplative, I think that's the right way to say it. He's really contemplating. He's considering. He's not rushing. He has a clear, positive mindset. He's in balance. Look at this. He has the sun on one shoulder and the moon on the other. We have the Six of Pentacles. He doesn't have to strive to arrive. He trusts that what he needs will come to him. We have the Empress. Look at this. A card of nurture, happiness, reward, abundance. You do not have to strive to arrive. The more you slow down, the more this will arrive. We then have the card of the Devil. And look at this. It's such a blessed energy in its high vibration. Look how still and present. You know, the Devil has become an angel. We see someone sitting here in a very relaxed state. Not tied in a tangled way. Liberated. Being still. Not working in the depths of the earth, but again, every card is showing stillness, connection with nature, connection with your higher self. Look at this, even the Devil here. You see that right at the, I don't know if the camera will focus on that. I'll try and get it to focus. It tends to focus on the cards beneath. But even the Devil has a Venus star sitting between her horns. I think that is really fascinating. This is about a return to love. The healing for you is to slow down and return to a place of balance, of love, of appreciation, of trust and faith. That your dreams are safe and Spirit is working with you. Your dreams are protected, working with you to bring this forth. You don't have to dwell in the frustration or the anger of things not moving forwards fast. Just let them unfold. You don't have to be so decisive that you make everything happen all the time. Trust in the universe. Trust in balance. Trust in harmony. Trust, you know, if something's not working, maybe it's not supposed to right now. Doesn't mean you're off track. But maybe you can't bring this forth at speed. If something isn't working, you make a choice. You don't dwell in that space of high alert. Everything is about slowing that down. Really slowing that down. I feel like I want to bring in some crystal energy, actually. I'm very drawn to blue calcite, actually, which is a crystal that literally slows us down. It removes anxiety. You know, if my world heats up and things are very fast-paced, I will often put a piece of blue calcite under my pillow when I sleep. It's got a beautiful, slowing, calming, gentle energy. Let's do that. But I'm just going to press the pause button and reach across to get my one of my blue calcite crystals. Okay, I am back. That should not have interrupted your experience. Now, I have gathered some crystals, some blue calcite crystals, also some rose quartz, and I'm going to do a little bit of energy clearing here. Okay, so some of you, if you follow my readings, you'll know every now and then this comes up in a reading, and I will work with crystals actively to shift energy within a reading. So I am going to ask you to just really focus on what the energy of this reading is feeling like. And notice if there is any if there are any blocks or what I would call areas of tension within your physical body. Irrespective of what's going on in your mind, your body keeps the score. You know, your body carries the energetic of how you're thinking and the emotions that are generated because of your thoughts. You know, if we think fearful thoughts, we generate we have an emotional response to that, and that sits in the body. So let's and if you are under stress or pressure, it sits in the body. So let's really work with this energy. Okay, I'd like you to just sit and absorb what this is feeling like. You might want to look at this card, the Big Bad Wolf. What does this feel like for you? You know, what do these cards feel like for you? What does this reading feel like for you? I'm very aware we've got the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger here, and the Big Bad Wolf over here. I feel we've got anger, frustration, we've got anxiety and fear, high alert. You know, this is what these energies are about. So we'll work with these two cards, and we will also work with the cards in the middle, and I'm going to draw more cards for you and follow through with this as well for you. We'll do more cards to read through, see how things are panning out. But let's first shift some energy. So I'd like you to take in a deep breath. See which card or cards you're drawn to. Notice those that may carry tension for you. And as you breathe into that energy, okay, I'd like you to, just notice where there is tension held in the body. Now, as I bring out some crystals to work with, I'd like you to really breathe into the energy of the card that I'm working with. And as I place the crystal, I'd like you to breathe out, like literally release that, focus on the tension wherever it is in your body, and then breathe it out. So, first off, I'm going to work with the Big Bad Wolf. There's quite a lot of tension here. So really breathe into anything that this card is connecting to for you. I think it's relevant that the Devil sits above it. This is letting go, finding peace of mind. So I'm going to bring in a beautiful piece of blue calcite, which lowers anxiety. It slows us down. Okay, so I am going to bring this in. Breathe into the energy of this card. And I'm literally going to place this on top of it. I'd like you to breathe out. Let that go. And I'm going to bring in another piece of blue calcite, a smaller piece. And just as we can see the shadowy side, the darker side of the Devil, here, the more challenging energy, and we have a lot of peace here, I'm going to also place a crystal there. So breathe into this energy once more. Find out where it sits in your body, hold your breath and connect it to that area of your body that is challenged, and breathe it out. Okay, breathe that out. Lovely. So we have a really nice strong sense of solidness, whatever's happened. This is done, this is dusted. That feels really good. Just breathe it out. That is not relevant. I love that we actually just see this lovely pathway here lighting up. And almost like we see like a fox's tail, almost as if it's disappearing. Okay, it's the Big Bad Wolf, but we're seeing it disappear. It's like it's on its way. Now, next, I'm going to look at the Great Severing here, the Mars energy. I'm going to use rose quartz with this because it's got a frustrated energetic about it. So, check in where in your body you are feeling this, if you are. But check in with it, locate it, and really breathe into the energy. And I'm going to bring in some crystals. Okay. Now, as I bring in the crystal, I'd like you to breathe out. I'm going to bring in two actually here. So I'm going to place these rose crystals right here in unison, harmony, a connection. Just breathe that out. Breathe that out. In fact, I'm going to do even more with this card actually, because it's a great severing. So breathe in again. Hold that energy. I'm turning it over. Okay, that's done. That's feeling so much better. I'm going to do the same over here, actually. I'm going to return to this. Feels as though we need to literally shift it, remove it. I'm going to come back to here. Let's just turn these cards over, or turn this card over. So breathe into this energy again. I'm literally going to turn it over. Look at that beautiful sun energy coming in. I'm going to place this beautiful, beautiful crystals here in unison again, sitting with the sun. In fact, I'm going to put that right at the base of the matter. Lovely, very big shift in energy. So a breathing out as the crystals are placed and the cards are turned. Okay, now your other cards are all indicating the positives, except for the Eight of Wands here, where we are being asked to slow it down. So I don't think I'm going to remove this card or turn it over, but I'm going to turn it to the upright position. Okay, so breathe in the energy of trying to push, trying to feel that you can control things with the Eight of Wands. See where it sits in your body. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over to the upright position where there is joy. I'm going to slow it down with blue calcite, absolutely slow it down, and I'm going to bring in love. Beautiful combination here. Look at the joy in overcoming things. It's not hard work, it's not a challenge. Whatever shows up, maybe you're just being asked to slow it down, to appreciate it, feed the birds, live in balance, trust that what you need will come to you. Know that there is a higher purpose to everything, and fruition, harmony, abundance, happiness will come. You can have peace of mind. Okay. Now, I sort of feel the crystal work is enough. Actually, I feel like I'm sitting now in a place of much greater stillness, much greater balance. Your dreams are protected. They are being worked upon. You know, we are seeing a garden being grown here. Pile 3, let's now draw more cards to see how the energy can now emerge. Once you slow down, once you are in a different, almost different energy, once you are operating at a different energetic frequency and balance, how can this emerge now for you? We have the card of the devil. How interesting it shows up again. Okay. How interesting, he's quite empowered, this devil. We don't see, in most devil cards, we see people chained or tied to something. Okay, I feel that you can cut some cords here. You can burn some bridges. Yes. Things will move forwards actually quite fast for you with the Knight of Wands, as long as you keep those cords cut. Okay. Yeah, as long as you maintain that position of balance, things will move forwards and they will grow. We have the Seven of Wheels here. I think they will grow. Just continue to nurture and invest with steadiness. You can't push it. As long as you maintain the right frequency, things will move forwards. To be fair, I think they will move forwards fast, probably faster than you thought they would, or faster than they were when you were trying to make them happen all the time. We then have the Hierophant. So you will be guided every step of the way. I think that when you are in a more balanced place, and look at the nature energy around you, When you are in a more balanced place, it's as though your higher self can speak to you. You can receive guidance. When you are in a rush, you are detached from the guidance that you can receive. Yes, look at this. Challenges can just be overcome so much more easily. Things will move, things that were holding you back, interestingly enough, will be resolved with the Chariot energy. We have the Hanged Man. This came out, I think it was in pile 2. If you were drawn to pile 2, there may be some relevance. I love this Hanged Man because we see somebody who's truly free. It's like the rope that he was hanging from has been cut. He's diving into water. There's a sense of freedom, of cleansing, of liberation. Sitting beneath the Knight of Wheels, I actually think something will move forwards. It will flow. The more you let go of the imbalance, the more life will flow. The more you release the anxiety, the anger, the frustration, the more your circumstances will flow and your dreams will come to fruition. Okay. And I'm also going to say, with the Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups as well, the right help will arrive. If any of you have been really battling with being a bit of a one-man band, doing it on your own, the right help will come into you. You'll receive the help you need. I mean, this is, whatever you need is to be gifted to you. You need to slow down enough to receive it. You also need to slow down enough to acknowledge how you actually feel. When we are not okay, or we're anxious, or we're frustrated, but we just keep going, we kind of deny our emotions almost, and they become trapped within us. We can't release emotions if we're sort of fighting. The way to release emotions is to acknowledge them. And then again, healing, of course, Knight of Cups is an absolute, he is a healer. I feel somebody may well come in to assist you. I'm going to ask just for a few more cards about this, actually, just want to follow it through for you. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords. This is all mental energy. How fascinating. We've got mental energy, Page of Swords, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords. I think that you will restore balance. Sometimes the Queen of Swords is shown with scales. When you are emotionally balanced, your mind you can stop defending yourself and stop fighting this. The Three of Swords does indicate a time when something can be broken open and end. I think the mental anguish, the lack of clarity will dissipate when you acknowledge your emotions and allow yourself to actually receive healing and support. I think you possibly have been so full on that it's like we don't see the roses when we are really blinkered, determined to stay on track. We miss the amazingness, the support, and the incredibleness that's around us. Everything in your reading is to slow down. How interesting, there's a little interruption. That's come quite late in my readings. My computer does this, it sort of pops something up every now and then. I've never quite worked out why. Sometimes when I turn the computer on, it pops up straight away. And sometimes my computer can be on for hours and it pops up. I almost feel that is sort of saying to you, I almost feel like it's saying to me, it's time to finish the reading. It's time to bring something to a conclusion. And I think that's a message for you. It's time to stop living on high alert. It's time to enjoy where you are. to acknowledge the emotions that are there. Allow yourself to be healed. Your angels will come through your dreams. And the more you relax, the more your dreams will come to fruition for you. Somehow there's been a real high alert state of emotionally driven tension. Excuse me, gosh, I almost took a breath then and found something took my breath away. If you are in that position where something has taken your breath away, it's time to relax. There's been emotional tension and mental anguish, and I think they've got locked into a cycle where your emotions are fueling thoughts, and then your thoughts are fueling emotions. And it's time for that cycle to stop. And that is the healing that is being brought to you today through your angels. Beautiful souls, I am sending you all the love in the world, and I'm sorry that circumstances have been such that you've ended up in this position. But the energy now and the message is to slow down. I love that even this devil has the Venus star above her head. As long as you keep these cords cut, everything will flow. You won't have to push forwards, just nurture gently, steadily. Everything will flow, and exactly what you need will come into you. It's time to write this energy and tune into a different vibration. It is happening. Keep holding the vision. Pile 3, tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful souls, I'm setting up a new channel for my monthly zodiac sign readings so that I can just focus on my pick a card readings here on this channel, on the main Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel. I'll let you know as soon as I have done that. So watch out for that information. I will be posting readings really soon for the coming month. And just tons of love. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for absolutely everything, for your comments, for sharing your journey, for those of you who give back through the super thanks. And if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, either here or on the new channel as soon as it's up, make sure that you subscribe and press the little bell icon. Pile 3, tons of love.